First of all, I would like to thank UVCity and AFM 2021, Faculty of Architecture and Acoustics, Jamia Millia Islamia, for giving me such opportunity to present my paper on water stress in rural areas of Narmada Basin due to mega industrial led infrastructure projects. Hello everyone, I am Yogesh Bhardwaj, Assistant Professor at Faculty of Architecture and Acoustics, Jamia Millia Islamia. Narmada River is one of the important resources of central India. It is considered as lifeline of Madhya Pradesh state and state of Gujarat. Talking about the topography of Narmada Basin, so entire basin is sandwiched in between Vindhya ranges and Western Ghats, and it is being divided into three sub-basins. Upper sub-basin, which is starting from Amarkantak, passing through Jabalpur Balaghat. Middle sub-basin passes through arid Malwa in the north, and the Western Ghats, basically the Nimad region in the south, and going down to the lower portions of Gujarat and Maharashtra. And the lower altitude in this middle sub-basin is 168 and the higher is more than 900 meters. Here the middle sub-basin have the highest number of dams on it. And the total number of villages is not less than 17,000, out of which 60% of Adivasi, 60% of the villagers are Adivasi. Talking about the settlement composition, so majorly the settlement are of rural nature, having a varied climate of arid in the Malwa region, humid in the Narmada belts, and the tropical in the Western Ghats. And if you can see these red spots, which are basically the growth centers and the regions and the sub-regions. On the northwest quadrant, we can see the Indore sub-regions in the red spot, which is followed by the sub-regions of namely Pithampur, Rao, Dhar, Mahu. Another set of growth centers can be seen on the belts of near the Narmada River, are basically of the service center nature, which is having population in between 20,000 and 50,000. These settlements are having backward and forward linkages with the villages and the regions and the sub-regions of sub-basin of the Narmada. This sub-basin has seen various episodes of industrialization, and due to these industrialization, one of the report in 2020 said that the groundwater has been impacted. And one of the report by Tata Water Policy Program said that the groundwater draft of the Madhya Pradesh is very high as compared to its natural recharge. And if we can talk about the first wave of industrialization, which came during 1980s, had implemented in the districts of Dhar, that is in Pithampur, Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3, and 4, and the districts of Ujjain, Devas, Khargone, majorly you can see on the in the red circle. Another set of industrialization have been happened in 2005 to support the manufacturing sector. The SEZ has been developed, and now uniquely the region is observing the third wave of industrial development after announcement of the DMIC. Now it has been developed as in the IT and the knowledge park, basically to have more investments in this region. And in the plot, what you can see is the influence districts of the DMIC, which are coming under the 200-kilometer buffer of dedicated freight corridor, which are going to be influenced. And here, Dhar, Pithampur, Mahu, Indore is going to be very strategical point. Now, the methodology adopted here to assess water stress on rural areas due to industrial development is that the socio-economic data of rural areas at the household level of these influenced districts of Madhya Pradesh has been identified, studied, mapped, and analyzed. And also various issues of ground reporting of rural water stress has been reviewed, taken into consideration, and substantiated with the studies. If we talk about the agricultural produce, so the common kharif crop are soybean, maize, cotton, pulses, and the common rabi crops are sunflower and gram. These are basically of less water consuming crops. But if we talk about the issues, so number one issue is that due to the agricultural produce and the irrigation dependency, the entire district and the portions of the villages are dependent upon the tributaries of the Narmada River. And due to increasing dependency, it has been identified in one of the report of International Water Management Institute that Narmada Basin is having water scarcity. In one of the report of Water Resource Institute has been categorized Narmada Basin as one of the 6 major river basin in the world which is facing the water crisis. And also one of the report by Madhya Pradesh Water Resource Department said these tributary rivers have almost dried up, and now these are having less than what 10% of water holding capacity, and that is very pressing. And in the same report, it has been identified that the sources of river is a lush green forest, what you can see on the top right corner above the Indira Sagar Dam. And the forest cover of Madhya Pradesh is decreasing year by year. And the water level in the year 2014-15 is all-time low. Now, the various observations in the villages, in the rural areas of these regions is being observed, and what we can see on the right hand side is the irrigation dependency of the villagers on wells is very high in the middle in the Narmada belt. These are basically the parts of Badwani districts, the parts of Khargone districts. And same with the cases of irrigation dependency on rivers of these districts, which is very high in the Narmada river belt. And if we look at the productivity map, so the Narmada belt, which is having the villages near the Narmada belt, is having highly productive land. But the problem is that if you look at the percentage of total unirrigated farmlands, and that is very high, more than 70%, more than 60%, nearly 70% in Aliraj district, in Badwani district, and nearly 50% in the parts of Dhar and Khargone district, which are coming in the belt of Narmada river. And if you can see the multiple cropping intensity, which is very high in Khargone, Indore, Badwani, that is because Dhar. So that is because these particular districts are already industrially developed and they can pump groundwater table through the facilities of electricity. The issue number 2 is that it has been reported in one of the magazine of Down to Earth that the villages which is located on the command area of this Sisla reservoir, which is coming on the water linkages project to the Indore and to the parts of Devas. So these villages which are falling on near this pipeline or the canal project are not being given a drop of water, and that is very pressing. Under the Narmada Malwa river linkages, the Shipra River, Parvati River, Gambhir River, Kali Sindh River are going to be, these are basically the known most river, tributary river in this particular subbasin, are going to be uh, linked through this particular Narmada Malwa river linkage project. And the government had claimed that the project will serve drinking water to 3,000 villages and 70 cities and will irrigate about 6 lakh hectares of land in arid Malwa. That has been reported by NVDA. But this is not only impractical, but it had further gone to another level to plan to provide water, these water linkage water to the Ujjain Simhas, a cultural fair in the parts of Ujjain. So due to these ambitious and impractical projects, the water surcharge for 1 liter may go higher in the region as more than rupees 50 per liter, as reported by one of the NGO in the district. And it is to be noted that Omkareshwar dams and these various dams are originally meant for the irrigation purposes. The another pressing issue is that the cities, the sub-regions, basically, uh, which will be going to be which are coming in future due to the influence and due to the development of DMIC region, will cater more and more population in the near future. And the government claims that the scheme will cover of 90 MLD water supply from Narmada Shipra water linkages, but the current demand is only for the 30 MLD water, and that is going to add problem to the groundwater table of the entire subbasin. Now, if we look at the irrigation dependency and the groundwater draft in the Dhar and the Indore district. So on the left hand side, we can see the irrigation dependency on the tube wells is very high in the Dhar and the Indore district because they can utilize the electricity supply as they are industrially developed districts. And the groundwater draft is very high in the Dhar and Indore districts and is very high in the Khargone district, as Khargone already have industrial developments. Here the issue number 4 is that already developed industrial townships are having residential areas and that are generating domestic waste and discharging water into local local nalas and the tributaries river of Narmada basin. And there is no certain drainage system has been planted in during 1980s and during 2000. And it can be identified that the surface water and the groundwater of Pithampur industrial area is being deteriorated. In the concluding of entire research, the mega industrial infrastructure project have put and would put more pressure on the groundwater table of the aforementioned rural areas of the districts like Khargone, Barwani, and southern parts of the Dhar. And DMIC, which has been enrouted to districts of Gujarat, Maharashtra, where the lower basin of Narmada spreads, may possess serious threat, and the villagers who are dependent on the waters of Narmada may have serious problems because the polluting industries and these water contamination will more impact to the marginalized society. The groundwater contamination is being observed that may affect the ecology of Narmada basin. And in the repercussion of entire river linkages project and the over ambitious plan project is that it may be irreversible. It can be permanently harm the farmers of the villages of Badwani, Khargone, Maheshwar, Mandleshwar, and parts of Dhar district may be impacted very high. And it already being impacted very high. In fact, if you talk about the Omkareshwar, Maheshwar, Mandleshwar, and Mandu areas, so these places are being known for its socio-cultural association with the waters of Narmada and water-based tourism. Apparently, the Narmada Shipra linkage project is a bigger threat for these spots. And in turn, the rural people will going to be in loss. And it is being understood that the conflict of water sharing is always being seen on the indigenous populations. So the conclusion is that the government should think and take cognizance of the groundwater, the ground reporting of these issues, despite being over ambitious and in some cases impractical. One can understand this instrument of announcing the political discourse, the developments uh, may result in political benefits, but can produce exclusions in the poorer and the marginalized societies and can create power imbalances and would have a longer term impacts. But despite of that, there are some good practices and there are few recommendations. Since 2005, about 6,000 farm ponds of different sizes have been developed in the rural areas of Dewas districts. Once called the arid areas of the districts, now has been converted into lush greens, and uh, that has been possible due to the campaign of Bhagirath Krishi Abhiyan, is basically digging up the farm and creating ponds not less than of 1 hectare, costing them around 3 lakh rupees. And also the authorities have announced a subsidy of 80,000. So the entire region has now regained the water uh, ground table. So similar efforts and the activities can be identified at the local level and could be included into the policy of industrialization. And it could be also included in the newer industrial townships that are coming. And due to these local recharge system, the local rural areas which are nearby these industrial townships will have more benefits, and its farmers will have more benefit in terms of livestock, in terms of the more grasslands to recharge the arid Malwa. And these are some references. Thank you.